Now, thousands of people across the country have this morning attended dawn services to honour the sacrifice of the Anzacs. From the east coast to the west, crowds have gathered to remember our soldiers.
But it's not just here at home. Across the globe, people come together every year to pay their respects. And members of the royal family will later today commemorate our diggers at the traditional services at Westminster Abbey and Wellington Arch. For more, we are joined by royal commentator Victoria Arbiter. Morning to you. How will the royal family mark Anzac Day?
Good morning to you. Well, since King George V attended the very first service of commemoration and thanksgiving at Westminster Abbey in 1916, members of the royal family have gathered to mark Anzac Day, and today will be no different. Prince William is scheduled to be at Wellington Arch, which is where the Australian and the New Zealand war memorials are located. There will be readings, the sounding of the last post, a reveille, and also William will lay a wreath in memory of the fallen. Then later, the Duke of Gloucester, who is the late Queen's first cousin, he will be at the cenotaph where he will lay a wreath on behalf of the King, and then he'll travel to Westminster Abbey where he'll join the New Zealand and Australian High Commissions in paying tribute to the fallen at the annual service of commemoration and thanksgiving at Westminster Abbey.
Yeah, Victoria, King Charles paid a tribute last year in a very moving statement. Do you expect a similar statement this year?
You're absolutely right, Koshi. Yes, last year when he was still Prince Charles, he did release a very moving statement in which he quoted his great-grandfather, George V, and he paid tribute to, as I quote now, the courageous troops who endured so much in 1915. Now, whether or not we'll see a similar statement this year, we don't know. There hasn't been any official word, but it is worth noting that Prince William and the Duke of Gloucester will be representing the King as they carry out their engagements. And in what I thought was an incredibly thoughtful touch, it is still the middle of the night in the UK, but Buckingham Palace did time its social media feeds to pay commemoration and to observe Anzac Day at what would have been your early morning hours. So thinking ahead and operating on your time zone in order to make sure that they got the tribute in at the right time.
Oh, that's nice.
It's respectful, isn't it? So after the Anzac Day service, Westminster Abbey is going to be closed to visitors and worshippers. Explain why.
Yes, so the Anzac Day service is going to be the last time we see inside Westminster Abbey until the coronation of King Charles III, which is just under 2 weeks from now. The theatre area is currently under construction. That's where the King will actually be crowned. But obviously they've got to move in huge number of television cameras. They've got to finish the theatre area, place the coronation seat, and everything else that is involved in staging a coronation in the 21st century. So in order to allow everyone involved to get the job done, doors will be closed so that they can work uninterrupted.
Gee, the countdown's really on, isn't it?
No, it feels like it. Very close now, so under 2 weeks away. Thank you, Victoria.